Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. Hello. It's been like a few minutes. It's been a while, yeah. Happy... What fucking day is it today? Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. How are we doing today? I live. In fact, I live. Like, I was barely around in June, but you know, I had a lot going on in June, and we're gonna be just yapping a little bit. Okay.
Tap.
Okay, so the alerts are working. They're a bit small. Let me make it a little bit bigger, because this is a brand new scene that I set up. We are on Rift Atlas. And I have two different scenes here. One where you can see the deck up closer, and one where we actually play games. I've actually switched to Rift Atlas for Riftbound, for those of you who've seen past Riftbound streams. And the reason for that is I think it looks very clean. I enjoyed TCG Arena, but the game is actually, in my opinion, very much watchable in Rift Atlas. And yeah, I got a lot to talk about here because I have spoken about this on Twitter and on my Discord, but obviously I gotta address the stuff, you know, for the stream as well. But you know, let's say hello first. Let's take it one step at a time. There's a lot of yapping ahead of us. Dagger was taken. Hat Trick, Malika, Mango Snaps, Evans, Ling Ling Piano, Hefty 002, Gad. Oh my God. And Leo Asp. Hello. And then from YouTube, we got quite a few people from YouTube already. We got Ralph Yu, LC Desu. I'm gonna call you Desu. Brad's a pro. Pretty sure he is. Carlos Rivera, the Nico Capo. S1 Ing. Bro, try a real name. Winter 99. Sako. No, Saraporogo. Hello, Saraporogo. Hello, Simon. Mish 9488. Who needs consonants? Annie, or vocals, English. Anicopedia, Woolander, like Zoolander. Leo and the others. Who the fuck are the others? Nevermind. Leo my stray. Musan Aldin. Oh my god, these names, man. Spirit, Brother Man. BDVO PDP, hello. Hello, everyone. Where is Baron Alted Art? Oh, there he is. Guys, I actually met Hatrick. I actually met him in person on Utrecht. My boy. You guys want to know? This is 100% streamer privilege. I went to the regionals in Utrecht, which is in the Netherlands, in case you're wondering. I met my boy Hatrick there. He was actually a judge, and he just out of nowhere he bought me this. I can actually switch it up to. There we go. This Alt Art Baron. Streamer privilege, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah. You switched to Rift Atlas. I prefer TCG Arena. Yes. The reason why I switched to Rift Atlas is because I think it is much better on the eye. Like it's just a lot better to watch. I think TCG Arena. Okay, this music is going kind of hard right now. I just really like the Earth theme. So I think Rift Atlas actually looks amazing. Given that it's not an official client, I think it's a lot more watchable from a content creation perspective. Like, just so you guys can have an idea of how this looks, right? Like, we just go to a solo room just to showcase it. So actually wait, I didn't switch. I didn't switch the scenes. Okay, now you can see it. So this looks so much better than TCG Arena. It's not even funny. Like, this is the arena looks too small and just like, I just don't like how it looks. I feel like this is a lot more clean. It's easy to follow. The battlefields are a lot bigger. There's less empty space, which I value a lot. You can clearly see the cards. You know, I think I placed my webcam in the right spot. You know, I'm not in the middle of anything. Like, if I play a spell, for example, like, it's right under me.
OMG, is my job back?
So, you know, and it's also semi-automated, which is really nice, right? Like, I can do this. I click the space bar, I pass the turn, and then I just, you know, I just keep going, right? Actually, how does the auto pay for this work? It doesn't, because it's a forecast. Okay, I get it. So you gotta do it like this. So, you know, it just looks really nice, right? Like, it just goes very smoothly, right? And then it's automated in a lot of points, like the conquering, the points going up, like everything about it is a lot smoother, and I think it's a lot better to watch than something like TCG Arena, personally. Oh my god, it's my job. Is my job back? That is my editor, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of ghosted them for like a month. I'm very professional. And guys, like, round of applause for Putin, because my editor is gonna be able to actually like eat again. That's nice. On Rift Atlas, you can easily change all cards to alts, etc. Runes. You can? I can do that? Oh. Oh. Oh, meu Deus. Okay. I did not know that. Now my deck is like my actual IRL deck, because my IRL, I have the runes and everything. Oh, they have the number on top. I actually have this pike. I don't like the other pike. I do have this Darius though. I have the High Noon Darius. Ooh. Oh, we learned something today. And Octavio with the membership, with the mega. Buen dia, Octavio. Your country's doing pretty good in the World Cup. But then again, so is Spain. I don't know anything about football, but my wife is forcing me to watch the games. I was actually rooting for Japan against Brazil, and that almost got your boy divorced. But fortunately for me, Brazil ended up winning in the end.
Welcome back, Legends of Runeterra Mogwai.
And my marriage was saved.
Or close enough.
Or close enough. I'm making a very special video talking about Riftbound, and why I love it. Like, actually going into details about the mechanics and everything, and the tournament scene and the metagame and all that stuff. Like, it's a video that I wanted to do to introduce players, but this is an important thing for those of you who, like, you know, see Riftbound but are just like, I just don't know, I don't know what the hell this game is. Like, I don't know how, I want to know how to play it. Like, I want to understand what's going on, right? I got you. I'm working on a video explaining you know, the basics of what Riftbound is, but in that video I also make a big mention to what I believe to be the best source for learning the game, and I'm gonna link you right now to it. Let me just switch over here. This is the video to watch. You'll learn to play Riftbound in 14 minutes and 47 seconds. Cards in it than blue card. This. So I'm gonna pin this. That video is the Bible for Riftbound, for learning how to, like, it's done so well. Like, I could not do it better than this. Like, I mean, the guy has like a professional studio, so he's able to like film with like different angles with his camera and shit. And it's just phenomenal. Like, it's like me, but without the extra yapping. Like, if I make this video, it probably would be like 45 minutes long. But this video is less than 15 minutes long, and you'll be able to learn like everything, literally everything you need to know about how to play Riftbound is explained in less than 15 minutes here. This is the video to watch. Your list is extremely different than last time. Yes. And you're back on the treasure trove. Yes, I am. A lot of shit happened. I am a part of like the Challenger team Discord. So I've done a lot of like talking with Rossum, who is a very good player. I actually competed in Utrecht. I don't think I've talked about that. But let me switch up the music, because you know, it's more than Earth. We got more stuff here. Let's put some chill Ionia. So I competed in Utrecht, and I did so with a different deck than this. I did go with Pike Control, but this is like the most recent version of it. And this is like my own little take on it, because the sideboard and stuff is something that I've done myself, and also like I run one Darius, and I have a strong reasoning for that. So I went to Utrecht with Pike Control. As a lot of you guys know, I had 2 weeks of prep, which is not a lot, really, especially when with such a complex archetype. Like, I hadn't played Riftbound in 1 month, so I was rusty as well. So I really wanted to do well. Like, I had a lot of ambition. You know, I am actually a competitive person in that sense. Like, and I wanted to really try. Like, I had this fantasy that I would just arrive there with like 2 weeks of prep, and I would win the whole thing. Like, that's the kind of deluded person I am. Like, I was not going there to just like, oh, I wanted to win. Like, I wanted to go to Utrecht, and I wanted to win. And I would put some anime music and fantasize about myself doing so. Spoilers, that did not happen. Shocking, I know. And there's several reasons for that, right? The main reason is the speed at which I play is just not where it needed to be. Like, I was too slow with what is a control deck, a reactive deck that takes its time to win. And I just, you know, you guys know me, I'm a roper, so I actually missed out on day 2 because of that. So basically, my final record was 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. In order to make it to day 2, you need to be like 6-1-1 or 6-2, something like that, essentially. I started off 3-0. So, and my first game was against fucking Misfortune Aurora. My first game of the tournament, like match 1, the guy like turbo Auroras me and brings out the Baron Nashor against the Pike Control deck. And I'm like, okay, this is actually what my day's gonna be like. Like, I'm just gonna get obliterated from the get-go. What the fuck, right? And I actually managed to win games 2 and 3. I had to kill a Baron by playing my own Baron and attacking their Baron with like my Noxus Hopefuls and everything that I had on it. And then I decided to run 1 Downwell in the sideboard, and it actually saved my ass, because in the 3rd game they played a Misfortune Bullet Time, and they thought they were, you know, they didn't need the runes anymore because they had the Aurora, and then I Downwelled them. It was a crazy first match, right? Then I played Rengar. The guy was really, really good. Like, that series was extremely, extremely close. I did not have a single series that was easy, man. Like, every single every single round was like absolutely cutthroat. But at one point I was 3-0. I was like, dude, I'm doing this. I'm barely making out of these games alive, but I'm actually doing this. But then I ran into Misfortune Aurora again, and I ran out of time. Shocker. And we drew. It was a draw. Like, I did everything I could, but it was a draw because I ran out of time. So that happened. And then after that, like, I racked up, I had another win, but then I racked up 2 losses. And a loss against Azir, literally because I ran out of time, and then a loss because I ran out of time. Like, I just could not close out my games fast enough because I was just roping. I'm a boomer, and I had 2 weeks of prep, and I just could not. Like, I just did some serious overthinking every fucking turn of like, just like, okay, like, because every decision matters so much that I was just like, and I just, like, all in all, like, in the moment, I was pissed at myself, but then it's just like, okay, I think I did pretty okay, given it was my first tournament and stuff. Like, the reality is, like, I would not have deserved making day 2 with, like, the speed at which I was playing, right? Like, so, but I was just, like, super motivated after that, right? Like, when I got back, I'm just like, man, I just need to grind. I just need to grind and play more games and just I want to get good, right? But then as soon as I got back, my parents visited for a week. So right after the tournament, like, my parents visited, like, literally 2 days later, and that was an entire week with them and stuff, showing them Poland and all that stuff. They came all the way from Spain. And then after that, I've just, like, during this entire time, like, pretty much like a very strong chunk of June, I've been just thinking, like, okay, what the hell am I doing, right? Because you guys know that I've just been all over the place over these last few months. I'm just like, I've been really over Pokemon Pocket for quite some time now. I went back to it, which confused a lot of you, but the reality is, like, even though I enjoyed Pokemon Champions, I just don't get the same itch out of it that I get from playing a card game.
My fucking eyes. He's back from the dead for the 17th time. Also, will you show my around Warsaw if I come visit? Peepo cute.
I mean, after, like, I would have said yes if you didn't have to, like. What was the 17th time necessary? Can you just, like, make the comment without adding that little thing, like? So, anyways. Fucking angered. Yeah, you can come visit. I'll show you around, asshole. Where was I? So yeah, like, I had a lot of people actually, like, it was weird because I've never experienced that. Like, I went to the venue and, like, a lot of people actually, like, recognized me. Would stop me. Like, I felt like Brad Pitt for, like, 2 days. It was really nice. But also, like, really threw me off because I'm just not used to that, right? Like, I do these card game videos and stuff, but I'm not used to, like, going outside and people just, like, stopping me. Like, I would freak out if that happened. So that was interesting. But literally, like, 99% of the people told me the same thing. It's like, yeah, I watch your Legends of Runeterra content, and then I stopped watching with Pocket. And yeah, like, I understand, right? Legends of Runeterra and Pokemon Pocket are, like, very different games, and they appeal to a bit of a different kind of audience, right? So yeah, like, I just spent a lot of time in June just, like, thinking, okay, what am I doing? I need to actually be excited about the content that I make. Like, Pokemon Champions was primarily a business decision. Like, I knew the game would be big, and I had a competitive Pokemon background, and I mean, I got bills to pay, right? So I'm just like, man, let's do this. Like, I founded my channel on competitive Pokemon. I was never a VGC player, but let's just embrace this. Let's just go all in with this. And I enjoyed the game. Like, I had legitimate fun. It was really fun. Like, the streams were going well. Like, all of a sudden the stream stopped out of nowhere, but the streams were doing good. Like, things were doing good. YouTube was a bit awkward for me because, like, I was having a lot of trouble from the get-go just like uploading daily content on it. Because I wasn't able to build teams like super fast. And I actually like the process of tweaking and optimizing the teams, right? And not just like vomiting them out one after another. But at the end of the day, what happened with Pokemon Champions is that I enjoyed it. Deep down, I knew that I was not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed playing a card game. Like I'm more of a like. There's a reason why I transitioned from competitive Pokemon to card games. Like I've been doing card games for the vast majority of the time that I've been uploading videos. So if I talk really fast, like I haven't drank caffeine in like a year. So I think it's kind of like hitting me. I'm like speed, but yeah, it's let me gather my thoughts for a second, because the thing with Pokemon Champions was complex, right? Like I really enjoyed the game, but to an extent, like I didn't have that obsessive feeling over it that I've had for card games in the past, and it just kind of got tedious for me really fast, and that's just not a good sign. So I was like really stuck of just like, man, like I don't know, like I have fun streaming it, but it's not like I played it that much off stream. That's also a bit of a red flag. It's a great game, a lot of people are into it, it's got a huge scene, and but I just the only thing that I could think about is like I actually just really want to play Riftbound, but Riftbound is a physical card game, so the idea of pivoting to Riftbound was like not a good business decision for me. So I kind of like was reluctant to do something like that. So I just stuck with Champions, but then eventually like I was just like I can't, like I'm just not. All of a sudden like making content is becoming a lot harder than it needed to be. So I just started uploading Pokemon Pocket again, which threw a lot of people off, but it was just me buying some time to figure shit out. Like ever since Legend of Runeterra went down, like I've kind of been a little bit lost, right? And Pokemon Pocket, kind of like dug me out of a hole. And I'm very grateful for that. Like it gave me a good footing for well over a year. I mean, it released like last year. It's been like a year and a half, right? So it's done a lot for me in that sense, but the reality is that if you ask me about like what the golden era was for me, it was always Legend of Runeterra. Like Legend of Runeterra was a game that I literally had to stop myself from playing all the time. And I never quite felt that again after it went down. But I've been feeling that with Riftbound for it's been over 4 months now. And I just never get tired of it. I'm always like, there's just so much to do. Like I still feel like I basically scratched the surface. Like my level of play is now nowhere near close where it needs to be, and there's still so much for me to learn. And there's a lot of key reasons why I really like this game. So after Utrecht and all this and just thinking about all that, and I know there's like people who are watching this are just like, man, he always has to make such a big deal about when he wants to play a new game and stuff, but I feel like I owe people an explanation. And I also like yapping about this, like if you feel like, oh, he has to make such a big drama case or whatever about it, like then just don't listen to this. But it's important stuff because it's like I have a channel with a long history behind it. And I can't just be like reckless, just YOLO with it all the time. Like I have to try to, people expect a certain type of content, and me just like I'm the last guy who wants to just be, confusing people and stuff and just being all over the place. But it's been like a very chaotic series of months for me, trying to find that out. And deep down, like I always knew that like this is the game that I wanted to do, so I'm gonna do it. Basically, the TLDR is I'm going to be focusing on this. I've been studying a lot, like what is available online for Riftbound regarding content, and there's not that much of it. And I want to contribute to that. I have ideas for not just gameplay videos, but also other series that I want to, you know, implement as well. Like I want to cook a little bit with that. And this is something, you know, because I like I could literally play this game like 24 hours a day every day, and then my marriage would be over. But I would just like I have to force myself to stop, right? And that's the kind of game that I really want to dabble into. So yeah, this has been a podcast, but I just wanted to, like, because it's been a long time, like it's been a month essentially where I've just been out of the loop, and I just wanted to open up about that. You know, I know a lot of you are just like, oh, here he goes again, you know, like another you know, you can believe what you want, but this is a decision that's been months in the making for me, and I've eventually just decided to just fuck it. Like, I know, you know, it's not like a smart decision per se for me and stuff, but I think it actually is, because long term, I think my content becomes a lot better when I'm actually like super into what I'm covering, and I think I'm gonna deliver with the videos that I have in plan, and I'm also gonna be streaming a lot as well. I'm going to be playing all kinds of shit. Like, I have Pike Control here, but I'm already building other decks. As you can see, like, I have a version of Fiora. There's a Draven deck that I saw from this guy who did really well in a tournament that I want to try. I'm trying out like a spell version of LeBlanc. I have a Vex control list with Bone Skewer that I want to mess with. Like, I'm already getting to brewing. And yeah, and I want to play in all the tournaments that I can. I want to prepare for the regional qualifiers in Barcelona. See if I can actually make it far there. And yeah, that's the TLDR of it. I mean, there's no TLDR of that. Like, I was yapping for like, Jesus Christ, it's been like 20 minutes or something. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. Change of accent when saying Barcelona is wild. Yeah, I also yeah, I could actually switch pretty effortlessly. Like, I actually mentioned your teammate Extasio in the video that I'm making, you know, Pedro Bañeres. So I'm just like, oh, the player brought prismaticism, all that, Pedro Bañeres. Spanglish. Feels like not having an official online client for Riftbound hurts content creation a lot. Yes, it does, but I actually believe Rift Atlas looks really nice. If I transition from this to this. Like, if you look at this, like, I feel... Okay, they just kind of glitched there. I feel like it looks really solid. People made videos on Pokemon Showdown, and that looked a lot worse than this. So, I think there's a lot of potential with this. It's not an official client, obviously, but I think the player base is still really, really big, and there's people that want to... I think there's a demand for content. Like, there's people that want to see more Riftbound content online. And some cooks and stuff, so... And at the end of the day, you know, like, I'm just, like... Even if my views are shit, like, I'm just gonna keep on pushing. And, you know, maybe I become a titty streamer or something to pay the bills. We'll see. I'll do what it takes. I never visited Barcelona, but I visited Malaga. Malaga is so chill. I lived in Malaga for like a year. How do you like Rift Atlas? I love it. I just think you know, I was used to playing TCG Arena. Like, that's what I was playing most of the time, and I got really used to it. Like, I was okay with like doing everything manually, and it flowed nicely. But I also had to look at things from a perspective of like, how watchable is this? And I think that from a viewer perspective, Rift Atlas is significantly better than TCG Arena. I think TCG Arena has a lot of empty space. Everything is too separate. And the battlefields look really small. And the background color is not great. And just the quality of everything just looks worse. Like, this is much more compact. And the information is more easy to follow. And it just looks a lot better. So I'm definitely, like, gonna be doing everything on this. Looking at a lot of empty space right now. I mean, my opponent's stuff is not there. Like, right now we're just looking at me, and when I play shit on the board, you know, like, I also like the fact that when you play gears in Rift Atlas, they don't automatically tap, unlike in TCG Arena. You know, like, it's very well optimized. The only downside of this site is that it just, like, randomly crashes. Like, sometimes you're in the middle of the game and then, like, the entire window just disappears and you have to open everything again and just, like, and reload. I don't know why that happens, but it does actually happen. Aspect ratio looks weird. How so? I mean, it looks like there's a little space, but when you move here, the card actually hovers over the battlefield. So, oh, but do you mean like really? Like, does it look like stretched out or something? You can zoom in and out. Can I? How? Cards look stretched vertically. Oh, God, you're onto me. You're onto me. Okay, you figured me out. Yeah, because I did this. Okay, how do I fix that? Because... maybe if I do this... Because I stretched it. I deliberately stretched it because otherwise it looks like this. I just like zoom in, but then it zooms me out. So this is how it looks normally, but the problem is like there's a bunch of like space in the top where it's just like you can't see anything. So I don't know how. I have some margin on the left. Maybe I do. But it's still like, see, like there's still like too much space. I mean, maybe no. I mean, maybe now? Is that better? Oh, you guys could really tell, huh? Okay, that's a bit too much. What about like this? Is that better? Are the resolve actions automatic or manual in this client? There's a lot of automated stuff. Like if I go here and I say conquer and score, you see it does it automatically. And then if I pass, I see how I automatically gained the point for holding. And you can also like stop at the beginning phase, for example. Like if I pass, see the beginning phase is on right now, and I click on passing, and then I gain another point. So I guess it does look better now. Maybe I can make my webcam a little bit like... so I'm not in the way, right? Let me see. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's clean. So it's good like that. It's good like this, right? I mean, it looks super clean now. Let me see if I queue again. Yeah, you can see everything. I mean, you can't see the chat fully is the thing. But now you can see everything clearly. I don't like those automations on physical TCGs. Sites like TCG Arena are more manual and build a habit that you translate to physical play. Yes, but it just looks bad, Extasio. That's the problem. The problem is that it looks a lot worse. And I gotta factor in just how, like, I think this looks really nice. Like, I like the color of the background. I like how big the battlefields are. Battlefields should be big. Battlefields should be fat. Wait. Fat? Oh, there we go. Stop. You can also play manual. Like, there are some automated things, but a lot of them are not really like... Like, I really like how it looks. I think the chat is good. I mean, you can see half of it, but to be fair, like, it just takes up a lot of space otherwise. Yeah, it looks clean. Like, I think there's no unused space, right? Oh yeah, it's good, it's good, it's good. Okay, we figured it out. So this is my Pike control deck, and what I mean by mine, it's very, very similar to Rossum's version that he played in Hartford. It's essentially, it's forsaking like the Vex. By the way, like we were talking about that, and I'm just gonna take some credit here. Like, I was saying for quite some time, it's like I don't think Control Pike needs to be running Vex, because we're not very good at holding. We don't want to stay on battlefields a lot of times, and oftentimes, like, drawing Vex just doesn't feel as useful as it is in other decks, considering what we're doing, which is trying to clear the board. Now, what's really clever about this take is that we run 3 copies of Scryer's Bloom alongside the stack deck. This plays really well with our Noxus Hopeful, but the important thing is that it helps us find our pieces, because this archetype really wants to find the engine, the Pack of Wonders engine with the list. That's when the magic really happens. If we're able to find Pack of Wonders and the list, and obviously the Bewitching Spirit, is when we can start making good use of our pawn entry effects and setting up some very nice board wipes. Now, where my list differs from the original is that I actually main deck 1 Darius. I think 2 Void Seekers is generally enough, because you're often going to be prioritizing the Falling Star anyways, and the reason why I main deck Darius is because it helps us make our matchup into Master Yi a little bit better game 1. Darius is actually really good into Master Yi because he breaks a lot of thresholds. Like, if he comes in and attacks something like a Chosen Champion Master Yi, you're automatically winning the combat, forcing your opponent to play a buff spell before you have to play something yourself. Darius also helps you take down the camels, you know, when backed up by cleave, and it just gives you that reach that is really important to be able to muscle through them in the mid to late game. We have a sideboard. Like, the sideboard is completely like, I just built it, like, this is my approach at it. Like, the sideboard from the original deck was very different from this, but I'm a big believer, first of all, in a second Darius in the sideboard for Master Yi, but also for other matchups where we need, you know, the ability to rush in and score points, especially because our game 1 is going to be Aspirant's Climb, so then we have regular 8-point games. And again, Darius is just really good into Master Yi, and that's why I like it here. But we also play the Angler Beast. I'm a big believer in this guy as a 2-of in the sideboard because it helps us against a lot of really rough matchups. Like, for example, what the Degenerate Extasio likes to play, which is the Rek'Sai aggro deck. Victor, a lot of these decks that spread out wide with little dudes, this guy will eat the little dudes, and this guy functions extremely well with the list. Because the list can, like, for example, if they have a Noxus Hopeful, I bring the list down, I select Noxus, I drop the Noxus Hopeful down to 2 might, and now the Angler Beast also bounces that out as well. So, huge fan of the Angler Beast. Patches up a lot of really rough matchups. Also does good against LeBlanc as well. And it's just really good. We have 1 factory recall over like another copy of acceptable losses so that we have a little bit more of a flexible removal. Like, it can still be useful against Irelia, but it can also work well into Aurora. Aurora is still like one of the matchups that I fear the most, to be honest, because yeah, we have Mind Splitters, but we're kind of slow. And if they get their game plan going, like, we're going to have a rough time. We're going to rely heavily on Starcrossed, which is why we play a 3rd one here, to be able to bounce their Elder Dragons so they don't clear our board. And it's still like a scary matchup nonetheless, but that's also why we have a 2nd copy of Mind Splitter 2. Factor Recall is there to help us against like certain gear-centric decks, while also not being like useless against Sivir Aurora, essentially. I think is the main reason behind it. Piercing Light gives us some very solid removal against decks that don't run Defy. So this card can actually be really useful against Diana, against like yellow aggro decks as well. We can do really well. I still want to run it against Irelia because it's very important for us to be able to knock out Stellacorn, but the problem is Defy exists, so you got to be very careful when you're actually committing to this, and, you know, try to be in a position where you don't get blown out by a Defy. And then I run Abandon, and the reason why I run Abandon is over something like Hard Bargain is because like the spells that I want to counter here are generally like the big boy spells. Like, this card works well into something like Arise from Azir, because if they Arise with Azir but they have like 10 runes, they can easily pay the cost for Hard Bargain, but they very rarely are going to be able to play Arise 2 times in the same turn. And then I can abandon it, and then I can discard it the following turn with like a Mind Splitter or my Bewitching Spirits. That's basically the purpose of Abandon, to come in certain matchups. Like, also matchups where they run Fizz, Abandon is really good into Fizz because the spell will be recycled anyways after. So it can come in and just counter that. And I like it with like the discard mechanics, especially because we're not running Ezreal anymore. So I am running it like a lot of games where I take out the acceptable losses. I can bring in 1 Abandon, for example, or I could bring in one of these. And what's really interesting about like the battlefields in this deck is that we're not running the Ripper's Bay. That's something that surprised me when I first saw like this take, but it makes all the sense. Like, you generally actually lead off with Aspirant's Climb. It is your best battlefield, giving you an extra turn because you are a control deck. Like, your objective is to deny, like, get rid of your opponent's board and their hand. We attack the hand and we attack the board, and then we establish value dominance, and then we just slowly win the game from there. So Aspirin's Climb works really well as a game one. When we're going first, generally, I say generally because I think if we're facing something like Kha'Zix, for example, we want to be leading off with the Forbidding Waste, so we don't have to deal with a Faithful 2-drop lead and us going second with this thing. But generally speaking, we lead off with Frozen Fortress, which makes a lot of sense in this deck because it's dealing one. It helps us in like the matchup against Victor, which is one of the worst, right? Like they won't be able to hold with their recruits, which is a really big deal. But the extra damage also helps us align units to die to Falling Star easier. Like any sort of like 4 might unit, like a Noxus Hopeful that dares conquer the Frozen Fortress, is vulnerable to a Falling Star after. It also works really well with the list because if they have a 2-drop that gets damaged, or a unit with 3 might, a unit with 3 might or less, 3 or 2 might, that stays in the Frozen Fortress, we can play the list and we can just automatically kill it, which is really cool. So like this battlefield is actually brilliant. And then the Forbidding Waste, I think one of the scariest matchups is Master Yi. So having a battlefield that just helps us conquer easier, helps us punish like double conquer, like people who just try to conquer both battlefields quickly and aggro us. We can easily take one of the battlefields back. And because we bounce out of there, we don't really get punished for taking it ourselves. And it helps us against Master Yi. Like it takes away the Master Yi ability for one of the battlefields, which is actually really important. Because that legend is a problem. Oh, God. Can you respond to the Frozen Fortress trigger? At the start of each player's beginning phase, deal 1 to each unit here. That's a good question. It is an ability that's triggering, so I assume that you can, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, there's no reason why you should not be able to do that. Yeah, it's an effect that enters the chain, so you should be able to react to it. But sometimes, like I'm surprised by some rules. What's the game plan against Aurora? Actually grind them. Star-crossed is the biggest thing. Like you wanna essentially like you wanna mind splitter them. I think game 1 is just rough, to be honest, because we have a lot of useless cards against them. We're not very fast, and we need to hope to find mind splitter and take away their Aurora. Games 2 and 3, I think we have things a lot better. We bring in Abandon, we bring in the other Mind Splitter, we bring in the 3rd Starcross, we bring in the Factory Recall, which we can combine with Mind Splitter, for example, to get rid of Aurora. Triple Starcross makes a big difference in that matchup because we can wait for the dragon to come down and then just rewind it immediately. Like in my experience, like Downwell is not amazing into Aurora, because like just Downwell alone, like they just kind of play Aurora again the next turn, so it just doesn't do, like theoretically Downwell can come in after like they've actually like, you know, recycled or like gotten most of the creatures out of their deck. But by that point, they'll have dropped a Mind Splitter. So if you wait with the Downwell, like the Mind Splitter is going to come out and just take it away anyways. Did you explain why you switched back to Trove? Yes. I haven't. I know I talked about the treasures and stuff, but while I still think that Treasure Trove could go down to 2, I think there's an argument for that, because after a certain point, like you want to be bouncing other stuff, and there is such a thing as drawing too many of them. Because this deck runs less 2-drops, Treasure Trove is actually important in the early stages of the game to give us that extra rune to be able to play Falling Star without, you know, missing out on energy development further. Treasure Trove is quite key at making sure like we cycle through our deck and we And we essentially, like, the more, I would argue the more important aspect of it is channeling a rune. Being able to ramp. Having the extra rune so that we can make more plays, we can make power-hungry plays without getting blown out. And in situations where we've managed to stabilize a little bit the board and we bought ourselves some time, we can use it to cycle through our deck and find our key pieces. I still think that it could be a 2-of, because there's a lot of situations where you want to stop balancing the troves relatively quickly because you need to be balancing the spirits. You want to be balancing the list, right? Like, a lot of these cards compete for the Pack of Wonders targeting that turn. And that's why, you know, I do feel like it could be 2 copies, but it's also quite important because we run very low 2-drops. Like, we only play 3 Traveling Merchants and then the Pack of Wonders, and that's not like a real 2-drop. What I also like about the Treasure Trove is that it works quite well against Diana, because Diana plays acceptable losses. I think they tend to play 2 acceptable losses and maybe one of the turn to dust. And acceptable losses can be, like, you can protect your Pack of Wonders from acceptable losses with a Treasure Trove. And that actually ends up mattering quite a bit. You get an extra rune with Treasure, yes. When you remove it from the board with Pack of Wonders, you channel 1 rune. So you ramp. I run through 2 of the Trove pack. No. You definitely run 3 packs. Like, pack is one of the key cards in it. Like, you always want to see pack. Like, you want to play 3 packs. Now, Trove can be 2, in my opinion. But pack has to be 3. Because Pack of Wonders is the core of your engine. It allows you to balance the spirits really fast. It allows you to make really good use of the list. You know, you can bounce Fizz in a pinch. Like, sometimes, like, you can't afford to use your legend to balance things because you don't have the mana to be able to sequence like you want, or because you just don't have access to the battlefields that turn. And the pack, it really makes a difference. I run 3 Troves because you can also just sacrifice 1 early. I mean, the theory is that it can act like as a bad 2-drop. Like, you can play this turn 2, and at least you're doing something that's cycling. Like, it's not an optimal play, but at least you're doing something. So, I don't think I've been in a position where 2 hurts me so far. But it is a pretty bad 2-drop. What is the Skyr Bloom? Let me actually, like, change the music. We got some Nox's music here. What does the Skyr Bloom do for the deck? It's just to find our pieces, because something that we realized in Utrecht. I mean, I say we, you know, I talked about it with Rossum, but, you know, I'm not the one who said, oh, Skyr Bloom. Like, but it is an issue that that I had in a lot of my games, and apparently it's an issue that Rossum and other players also felt. That the Control Pike list as it was struggling with bricking. It was struggling with, like, finding the list and finding the Trove, but not finding the Pack of Wonders. It was struggling with not drawing Falling Star. Like, a lot of times it was just struggling to find all the pieces needed to just, because once you find, like, all the components from the engine, like, the deck really starts popping off. And Scryer's Bloom alongside Stacked Deck really helps you dig for what you need. We are a reactive deck for the most part, so sometimes we need that cleave, sometimes we need the list, sometimes we just cannot find that Pack of Wonders and it's the only thing that's missing. Sometimes we have to dig for the Bewitching Spirit to start attacking their hand. And Scryer's Bloom helps search for all that. It also makes going second pretty nice, because we can either Stack Deck or Scryer's Bloom. We have like 6 different cards that we are willing to play turn 1 to then drop a Noxus Hopeful after. So it plays really well into that. And it just makes the deck overall more consistent. Because it's a deck that's trying to find key pieces. I'm gonna turn on... I don't know if you guys can hear the air, but I need the fan. Like it's hot as hell in Poland, man. So that's the idea. I've been yapping a lot, so I think I'm just gonna... I just want to play some games. Get bodied. And then rage quit. I've been yapping a lot. It's taking longer than usual. I think I may need to reload. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes I just have to do that. Master Yi, this is a very, very important matchup. This is a matchup that I still have to, like, figure out. Okay, we're going second. You can see it good, right? Okay. Alright, so let's see if I can play properly while, like, narrating what I'm doing, because I struggle doing that. Okay, I think I definitely believe the list. We have the fizz, but we have 3 fizzes, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna mulligan away the fizz and keep everything else, because I want to find a 2-drop to chain and to play alongside the Scryer's Bloom, but I want to keep the list and the Falling Star, because that can really help me clear the board, and I draw my fizz anyway, so I can just play the Scryer's Bloom, and then I can tap 2 to play my Merchant. And go on from there. We already have enough for a Falling Star. They may just trigger the Emperor's Daze and bounce that to create a token. Yep. And then they're gonna buff it, which is annoying. Does this warrant a Falling Star? I think it does. I think it does, because if they go for like a... Yeah. I need to slow them down. So I'm going to go for a Falling Star. Targeting both. Because if they go for a standalone, I have the list. And if not, I can just clear that. The problem is if I... This is an important decision. What am I doing? No, I meant to do this. Because if I walk in, I play into a Rengar. Right now, I just need to buy time. I would like to generate some gold for me. But at the same time, what do I want to discard here? What the fuck? I like everything. I don't want to discard anything. Oh, shit. This is rough. Wait. Because I need this fizz. I've already mulliganed away 1 fizz. I need the list, and I need the Pack of Wonders. So, I'm going to trigger my Scryer's Bloom. I have a Treasure Trove. That's really important. And another list. Do I want 2 lists? I think 1 list should be enough. Maybe not, though. Maybe that's the way. No, I am going to recycle it. Let's not get greedy. I think we just draw that. I'm not going to score yet. Because that forces me to... Like, I don't want to discard anything. Like, right now, I want to make use of this. I'm just buying myself some time where they could have scored some points here. Like, I'm buying myself some turns. I need to build up some... Okay. Wait. Wait, give me a moment. Two, three, one. This is a lot. This is gonna set me back down a lot, but it also... It also just slows them down. Like, I can clear them, but... I just slow them down dramatically. I think we do this. I conquer, and then I bounce so that I don't give them the Rengar. And then I gotta focus on rebuilding my runes, because I just blew out my runes there. They pass, and we're gonna make use of this. We are gonna make use of this, ladies and gentlemen. We play the Pack of Wonders, we return the Treasure Trove, we ramp, we draw. We do not engage. This turn, we do not engage. We rebuild. We're slowing this game down. Yeah, they're gonna play the Rengar. They have access to another Rengar now. I think right now I just need to keep focusing on... I mean, I can force... They have enough mana to, like, they definitely have, like, over one discipline. I think I need to go for the stack deck first. See if they approve it. They approve it, so... I think I'll take a Darius. Okay. Darius will come into play. Like, I could blow them out here, forcing them to play something. Discipline. See, this is why I should have probably kept another... Okay. Okay, now... Okay, so... Never mind. They just buff that with both. Okay, but we get cards out of them. That's nice. So now we don't bounce that because we got that information from them. We're not gonna... We can now conquer with Fizz. So... We're going to bounce our Treasure Trove. Get another Treasure Trove. And now we're going to pass focus here. They could challenge us. But we're going to conquer. We're not going to leave anything on the board here. We're going to bounce Fizz with you. generate a gold. We're going to play the Scryer's Bloom tapped. And then what are we going to do? And then we're going to play the Traveling Merchant. I could have replayed Fizz to get rid of this. I need to find my spirits. But as long as I have this Traveling Merchant threatening to conquer for free, they're gonna keep mana up for him. Okay, so they're gonna take my... They're gonna take my Pack of Wonders. Still having mana open for Rengar. That's a problem. And they're gonna charm here, so I'm gonna go ahead and discard one Pack of Wonders to draw. And then I'm gonna die. Okay. Rengar is still available. We're gonna start things off with a stack deck. One, two, three. Interesting. Do I play the Mind Splitter? I think I play the Mind Splitter. They can buff and they can do that. So I guess let me take a screenshot of this. I think we have to take the... I mean, they have to back off. And they have to defy. They're all problematic. But I think the discipline is what I take. I need to start attacking their hand. We know they have to back off there. But the discipline stops them. Okay, they just top take another one. Okay, so they're gonna do that and they're gonna challenge me. So they have back off, defy, and something else. Let's see if we can get rid of the defy. This is where we need to start. Like, I need to get rid of this thing. Let me drop this. See what they do. They get rid of back off. Do I go for the Darius now? We know they have defy. They have defy and a mysterious card. It could be a punch first. If it's a punch first, at least we get that out of them. And then our options significantly increase. So I think this is the play. I think we go Darius. Maybe this is incorrect, but... yes. And now we get the Pack of Wonders back, which is exactly what we wanted. And I think now we're ready to defend. We're ready to defend. We're gonna bounce back the spirit. Seven, 11. That, yeah. So we bounce back the spirit. We drop you, and then we hide Pike. Because if they have a punch first, we trade with the with Rengar. We need to slow this game down. This is why Darius is good against Master Yi. There's a lot of thresholds that you just like with that 7, okay? Oh, fuck me. Okay. Okay. So I have 11, they have 12. So there's no point. I just flip over, but I pass focus. I don't consume power. So defy and another card in hand. That's a first mate, okay. Three. A lot of power being consumed. Okay, so let's start off with you. Defy is gone. We need to stop them from conquering with both. So... One, two, three. How much is this? It's a lot. Like if we bounce back, we go down to, but it's worth because we don't clear. So we have to be smart about it. We have to go for the falling star. Because I did that, right? I recycled one for, yeah. So I'm gonna recycle these two. I'm gonna recycle this. And then I'm just gonna slow them down. I'm gonna go for a stack deck. See what we find. We find another falling star. Okay, so never mind. Never mind. That is a keep right there if I've ever seen one. Bingo. Because we do this. And we falling star you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just bounce the this. Poro. It's two Rengars. So the play here is, okay, so if I have two and I can bounce, no, I need to do this. Okay, so I conquer here. I conquer here. I pay one, I bounce this back. I play a Sand Soldier. I pay you, I play you again, I bounce that, I draw. It's a bit risky, but Camel, okay. They clear that to draw. Smart. I cannot give them... But if they top deck a punch first... I can't target this, so I need to rack up my cleaves. I need to think about where I'm gonna play this, because the game can slip me away, because I've lost a lot of my big units. I think I have to play you here and play the stack deck. 1, 2, 3. I need some muscle. I need some goddamn muscle here. So... forcing them to have like some kind of a buff here. They're gonna be able to draw 2 cards though, is the problem. This is tricky. Yeah, they're gonna do that. They're gonna conquer there, and then they're gonna return that to their hand so they can draw again. So maybe I should just clear this. Maybe just clearing that was more important. Another camel. Preparing for a double conquer. Preparing for a double conquer, but we just need to hold on one of them. We just need to hold on one of them. So we need to go for the cleave. Onto you. Bounce back Fizz and spawn you. And try to find more muscle, right? But if we know, because we just have enough to develop. Yeah, I think we just got to do this. So we got to go you. 1, 2, 3. How are we gonna allocate this? So we're gonna have 6, 6. We have 6 might, 2 might here, 6 might on both. 3 on one or the other. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way. So we just we play you here. We go for the falling star. We reveal our hand. We have to recycle this. We go here. And then I'm just gonna go X-Stall. Nope. God damn it. Actually, no, I'm just gonna keep, never mind. Because I can't stop a Rengar anyways. So we just try to double hold here. With this muscle. Good shit! Good shit, okay. Darius. Darius, I need you. And I think a second Mind Splitter also works. We take out the acceptable losses, and what else do we take out for it? Perhaps my top end is a little bit heavy if I go with this. Like, what am I taking out for? Like, the list is really important. Now that I'm going second, I think one treasure trove can go down. Okay. I play a lot slower when I'm streaming because I'm talking about everything I'm doing. Going second, so we go with the Forbidding Waste. Let's drop the Star-Crossed. Let's kind of keep everything else because the combination of the list and Cleave can go a long way, helping us deal with early pressure. Now the question is, do I think I just developed the Bewitching Spirit because they would just trade if they go for the charm, and I think attacking their hand is important here, playing on curve. Uh-oh, that and a charm deals it. Yep. I could play Pike, but now's the moment where they can't defy. So I think it's actually better for us to just go for the Void Seeker. I actually didn't calculate this properly. But double cleave would have been countered. Now they go to 2, I go to 5. Double cleave still does it, so maybe I just resort to the cleave. Unless I just play double list, but then I can't interact with this as well, and I could resort to some other stuff within later, like double cleave. So they defy it. Okay. So there's a defy. I still think I use the cleave. I mean, the cleave can be useful later. Like right now, I don't even have to do that. I can just send in my pike and preserve my cleave for later. They get rid of my cleave. So they have the mana open for Rengar. They may be telegraphing it. They may be bluffing it. But if I go in with Pike and with Traveling Merchant, I actually trade into the Rengar because of the Forbidden Waste. I can then bounce it. I can hide the Pike. And I can play Noxus Hopeful. And I feel like that helps me out more. I don't know if this is like, I could just pass here, but I feel like I'm like, I can't let this Master Yi just go unchecked for so long. So I'm going to do this. So I play you. And now if I get to discard this and cycle through my deck, which is important. And now if they bring in Rengar. Okay, see, now if they bring in Rengar, I have an even trade. So now the question is, I think I don't miss out on playing this. Because if I find a cleave, we're in business. I have 3 cleaves. If not, I can also find other stuff. Like a Void Seeker. Oh. Oh. Oh, baby. Reset the board state. Draw. Okay. Spirit! Spirit. Oh, fuck off. Oh, god damn it. Falling Star, where are you? Oh, motherfucker. Okay. I feel like at this point, Mind Splitter is too expensive. While Starcrossed helps me. This is an important decision because if they drop a camo, I'm in trouble. Mind Splitter is just a little bit too expensive, even though I have the Bilgewater list that I can use to... But I think if I want to win... They may have some combat tricks, and Mind Splitter is the way to do it. Because they may have like a punch first or something. This may be incorrect, but I'm going to take the Mind Splitter. This may cost me. They have the ability to Rengar here. I think that was incorrect. I should have taken the I should have taken the stack deck or the other thing. Right? I think taking the Mind Splitter here was copium. So if I play the Mind Splitter now, there's so many cards in hand that they can just automatically play. Like I literally just beat Punch first, and I don't even beat that. Yeah, Mind Splitter. This play may cost me the game here. If I hit that, then at least I beat a Rengar if I do that. No, because then I just die. punch first. What about punch first? Punch first gets them to 6. I just gotta play around. No, I think I die here. I just gotta try to kill him. Not so fast. So I guess I had to play the Mind Splitter at that point. That's game. I got aggroed. Oh, that's on me. That's on me. I could have done better. I mean, the pressure from that was real, but at least we have that going on for us now. Okay, we have you. We have the Darius. The Darius can be helpful. We have the Pack of Wonders, which is nice. But I think at this point, we want to mulligan a little bit more aggressively to find other pieces like that. Start ripping off their hand. Playing this here, which moves this down, allowing us to. Okay, so let me think about what I'm gonna discard. Okay, so first the thing resolves, and then the Star Spring resolves. Void Seeker or Scryer's Bloom. I want to bounce this turn. Next turn I have that. I can actually Scryer's Bloom and bounce my thing. So I think I actually discard the Void Seeker. Just rip their hand apart though this turn. Instead, take 2 cards from them. But maybe it's better for me to just focus on doing that next turn. Because I can develop the Pack of Wonders and this. Next turn I have 8 mana, so I can do that, and that. I think that's what we gotta do. And then find the spot to play this. Fiora, okay. Lots of development here. We need a list and we need a falling star. Fucking. Arigato gozaimasu!
GL with the games.
There's a list. So the fortress putting in the work. So she's at 2. Which is gonna force out the I want to rip their hand apart, and I want to take away their point there. With the list alone, I can do that thanks to the Frozen Fortress. So I think before anything, we're gonna bop this turn. There's another pack of wonders there, but I don't know if we need that right now. I think I'm gonna recycle it. Wait, I need to stop revealing my hand because I show them what I drew. Yep. Unyielding Spirit out of the way, which is really nice. I think we bounce the list. No, we don't need to bounce the list just yet because we have the Demacia there, which discourages, like, it encourages them to play it here. I think we just bounce a Spirit to force them to play out their hand. Arigato gozaimasu!
Quick question. Are you spending all of your money on the T1 Riftbound bundle or only half of it?
So here's the thing. I think it's awesome for the game. I think it's great. Okay, so they don't score. That's huge for us. I mean, I'm gonna play this no matter what. If it's a Rengar, yeah, it's a punch first. We get rid of that. Beautiful. So I want to play stack deck, and I want to find my falling star. We have, we still have quite a bit. I think I'm still gonna hunt for it. Falling star. So this is going to be 1 and 3, which means this trades with that. I can play another Noxus Hopeful, or I can keep the mana open for Star-Crossed. I mean, that only gets countered if they top deck like at the Fi. And if they top deck at the Fi, that means I have the means to deal with the Fiora after anyways, so... I think what I need to do is I just need to hide my Pike here, and we're good. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay. Okay. We're in business. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. I think we start things off by playing Fizz into stack deck. No, actually, wait. Why not just Void Seeker? Isn't that just better? Yeah, I think that's just better. We just do that. And now we play the stack deck. Falling Star. Where's my goddamn... I swear to God, I'm gonna get this Falling Star. Oh, thank God. Okay. Bounce you. I should have done that in the last turn, but I didn't know how I was going to use it. Ionia. Get this asshole out of here. The star falls. The star cleans. I actually like died Rengar on the right, but let's fix that before like they can just like be like, oh, you know what? I should have played that thing. Cinema. I don't know why I played that there, but you know, but I'm gonna live with the consequences of my actions here. Cinema. I mean, what can you have here? Rengar. Let's go! Let's go! Whoo! That's a tough matchup. I didn't put on the fan, I'm sweating. Oh! I can't say that was clean. Oh. Very nice guy. Okay. Are you playing the list of the first Pike stream on the last regional? Yes, it's incredibly similar. It's a little bit different though. Like I've tweaked it to my liking, but it is founded on that one, yeah. Oh, Carthen. Oh, you're the chat. I appreciate you not sniping me. Yeah, I know. Like you didn't play like you knew what I had or anything. Like you can kind of tell when people are doing that. Thank you for the game, because I need a lot of games against Master Yi, because Master Yi can be scary, right? But this is a prime reason why we main deck Darius. Like the list that you saw, Grox doesn't actually play Darius.
Howdy Mogwai, it's my 8-year check. Thank you for teaching me to letho those bears back in the day. Hope you're doing well.
Oh my god, bro. 20? That's like $25! $25, and I need to have like the Streamlabs open so I can see your name. Dude, thank you so much. Helping me pay my bills. Wait, let me. Oh, I need my phone to log in. Was it you, Faden? I think it was you. Dude, thank you so much. Thank you, Bronzo. So it's a little bit, it's hard to like play fast and like narrate what I'm doing. But believe me when I say that I'm getting a lot faster. It's just that I was trying to explain my thought process. You know, not implying I played perfectly by any means. I think in game 2, picking up the Mind Splitter cost me. I think I should have picked up either the stack deck or the Starcross. The thing is, at a certain point where they're like very low on cards and they have a lot of runes, Starcross doesn't stop things like Rengar just being played back again. But stack deck could have helped me find something to deal with the board. Like I definitely made a big misplay by picking up the Mind Splitter, right? So that's like the one misplay that I'm certain of, but I'm pretty sure there were others. You guys see like how complicated this deck is, because you walk a thin line. You essentially like, you have to give up tempo, but you have to still fight for the board at certain points, because if you let them get to 6 fast, like you're just not making out of that. Especially when they start dropping the camos, right? Like the Ruin Runners. But I main deck for the question from Grox. I took out, compared, like the main deck is almost identical, but I took out one Void Seeker for a main deck Darius. I really like Darius even in Control Pike, because he is basically a big Pike. Sometimes you need a fat Pike. Sometimes fat Pike is required. So fat Pike allows us to, there's a lot of thresholds that we overcome, right? With 7 might that we ready immediately against Master Yi. The Master Yi chosen champion, you know, sometimes they play stuff like Akshan. In general, hitting 7 might allows us to win combat against their 2 drops and their 4 drops and force them to play a combat trick first. And because we play 3 cleaves, 3 stacked decks, and 3 Scryer Blooms, like, we enable Darius extremely easily, right? And he makes a big difference against Master Yi, because sometimes against Master Yi you need speed. You need to be able to put might on the board quickly. And that's why we also play one in the side deck. Because against Master Yi, I bring in 2 Darius and I bring in 2 Mind Splitters. Because Mind Splitter is also really good against Master Yi. Because at a certain point, like, you have to set up the next turn to attack, to start, like, contesting their board. So Mind Splitter allows you to take a look at their hands, you know, take away the most threatening card, and then bring in 7 might. And again, 7 might, for the same reason as Darius, is very good into Master Yi. And these kind of big units allow us to, you know, alongside Cleave, allow us to overcome Ruin Runners. Because, yeah, the matchup is just really harsh. And, yeah, Grox played it really well, but Ivern is also, like, a really bad matchup. Like, it's actually one of the scariest matchups. Victor is quite mitigated with Frozen Fortress and with Angler Beast. Angler Beast is MVP against Victor. Like, it helps out so much against their aggro game. Because we're vulnerable to aggro, right? Like, we're vulnerable to decks that spread out wide fast and are able to conquer with little units and don't care about us like retaking control, and they're constantly able to generate more and more units. Like, that's one of our nightmare scenarios. Ivern is the worst case of that, because Ivern is able to make a lot of units, but they're actually not small. Like, they're actually quite big. It's like a swarm mid-range deck, and that's like the worst case scenario for us, because we have to clear the board, and clearing a Wyvern board is easier said than done. A Wyvern, not Ivern, the tree guy. Have you thought about removing Mind Splitter? I find the card too slow some matchups. No, Mind Splitter is really important. Mind Splitter is actually essential for several reasons. First of all, it's good into bad matchups like Master Yi. It's only a one-off, so you're not going to be breaking with him. And because we get a lot of card draw going, like, we can basically, like, not pick him up or even discard him with the Merchant in matchups where he's just too slow. But even against certain aggressive decks, like, once we've been able to somewhat stabilize, being able to develop a 7 might unit and take away their best card, helps us contest the board the following turn. But another very important reason to run Mind Splitter is Aurora. We need to be able to hit their hand and take away Aurora against them. So we bring in the second one in that matchup as well. In Control Mirrors, it puts in a lot of work too. It's actually a very important card as a one-off. So what may be surprising to a lot of people is that we're not main decking Baron Nashor, and there's a very good reason for that. We don't run Tide Turner. We're not really a mid-range deck. So we're actually very low on units. So without Tide Turner, Baron just kind of like doesn't do anything for us. We generally don't have enough of a board development to justify him, because we're only playing 3 2-drops. So that's why, you know, I still think he's pretty legit in the mid-range versions, at least in the sideboard for certain matchups like Control. But we do not play him. Unfortunately, not playing him makes us vulnerable for opposing decks that run Baron Nashor. But that's where Mind Splitter comes in. Like, against Diana, we bring in the 2 Mind Splitters because we need to be able, like, if they side in the Baron Nashor, we need to be able to attack that. Mind Splitter is just generally good against into Diana because it's quite big, and it can just muscle through a lot of their units and force them to play, you know, spells and stuff. And we're attacking their hand, and then their entire deck dies to Falling Star. So Diana is generally a good matchup. Like, Diana is something that Pike capitalizes on it. I mean, if you're facing somebody like Alan, you're still probably gonna lose. but you know, like, it is generally like I'm happy when I queue into Diana. It's not like an incredible matchup. I think a good Diana pilot can sequence in a way that they're not as vulnerable to your stuff. But it feels really good. Like, I have a very, very strong win rate against Diana. Master Yi, like I said, is very scary. Like, a very good Master Yi player can apply a lot of pressure, especially if they draw well. Finding the Bewitching Spirits early is really important. Like we did in that third game, we just started attacking their hand. And I'm going to swap up the music a little bit. I just wanted that epic Garen soundtrack for the game. So you choose to play second with this deck. So here's something that I learned relatively early on in Riftbound. Theoretically there's no reason why you would want to go second over going first. Like going first is just strictly better, even if you miss your 2-drop. Because you're still, I don't think it's 100% true though. I do think like that the more good 3-drops that come out, maybe that changes. But for the time being, generally like we want to go first. Because we actually have 9 2-drops. Like theoretically, we have the Traveling Merchant and we have the Treasure Troves and the Pack of Wonders. And setting up a Pack of Wonders turn 1 means you don't have to play it the next turn. And a lot of times you can lead off with like Treasure Trove into Pack of Wonders into Noxus Hopeful, and you have a nice 1-2 turn there. So no, you want to go first. But you're not sad to go second. Because you have Stack Deck and Scryer's Bloom into Noxus Hopeful, potentially. And if not, you just lead off with a Bewitching Spirit a lot of times, and that's also a really solid lead that applies a lot of pressure. And generally, like if they have a removal for it, you still got a 2-for-1 trade for it, which works out really well because you take out a key card like against Master E, like they're forced to use their charm early against it, which you don't have to worry about as much later. Rift Atlas does look a lot cleaner than TCG Arena. Is it also a browser application? It is. I'm going to link it to you guys there. No. Yeah, I did link it. Okay. And I'm going to link it on Twitch as well. So it is. It looks a lot better. Like, I really like it because it just looks very clean. Like, I think it's very watchable. The cards are a lot bigger. The game is a lot easier to follow. I guess you don't check Twitch. No, I read both. I'm just bad. Yo, Mogwai, what's up? In a long time. How's Riftbound? I never played it. I'm making a video on it, and I'm gonna start making content on it. But I'm starting off with like a video, like you know, like a yap video. I'm gonna be yapping about why I really like it and why it's growing so fast. And we got a brand new expansion coming in this month as well, which is really hype. I freaked out because I thought we're getting a Swain Legend, but I think that may not be the case. So my dreams are kind of crushed there because the moment Swain comes out, like I'm maining that shit. I don't care if it becomes like meta and popular, like I'm maining Swain. Yeah, I'll cover the spoilers, yeah. Is Viego and Riftbound yet? No. Not yet. But we got Ruination. Might and mobility, and Darius is both, yes. Exactly, like you want... And if Swain is Garen level, then I'll go for the metal card. I don't give a fuck. Like, he could be the worst legend, I'll play him. I actually would kind of prefer for him to be mid, because that would make me more edgy when I play him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be cool. Like, people would see me and be like, oh wow, Mogwai actually plays Swain, even though he's bad. Oh, he's so cool. that's what people would think. So I kind of I would prefer him to be, you know, like not the most popular deck, which I mean they've shown Swing a lot of love in the past. So I think if when he comes out he's actually gonna be good. But you know, one can dream. Nothing can be Garen level. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. It's kind of crazy how, like, I don't know what it was called, but when those 4 legends were released, like, the other 3 ended up being really good. You know, you got Annie, you have Master Yi, and then you have Lux. I don't like, I don't know what the general consensus is, but I dislike the Lux deck. I think it's extremely polarizing. And I don't know if I can beat it with this, to be honest. I don't know if it's like... I think I kind of ought to lose. I mean, I have an abandon, but I think I need a little bit more than that. I have Mind Splitter. Make Garen great again. I want to play a lot of legends, but I don't know about Garen, man. I just... Has there been a single best of Garen that's not like Aurora? Is it Lore Guy? Yes. It is Lore Guy. Isn't Vi the actual worst one? I actually think Vi is a little bit underrated. I'm not saying it's gonna win a regional, but I think it's better than people think it is. I don't think Vi is terrible. He's not great, but not terrible. I was gonna ask you guys something. What was I gonna ask? Before we hop onto another one. I was gonna say something, I forgot. It was important. Shit. I forgot. If she was orange, she would be better. Orange instead of red or instead of yellow? I actually really like the new Jhin, like the offensive Jhin, and I feel like nobody has excelled with him yet. But I think in a vacuum, like that card is pretty nuts. I mean, I get it's a 4-drop that costs 1 power, and generally like 4-drops that cost a power or have to do a lot. But once that card gets going, it's really scary. Like, there's a lot of things you enable with that. Hopefully Zed is cool. Been waiting to jump in this game for a while. Now I got an excuse. I think there's no way Zed won't be sweet. It's pretty much confirmed he's like Fury Chaos, right? Well, do we have like the list of the confirmed legends? Can somebody link me? Hey Mog, love to see you back. How are you finding Ripbound? Are you finding Ripbound complex enough? It's to me, Ripbound is the perfect card game. It's literally like the perfect card game. It lacks like cards are simple to read, but it is a bunch of simple concepts that when they intertwined, like this really impressive complexity comes to be. It's not convoluted, but it has such tremendous skill expression. And it is also extremely fun, right? Like, it's a combination of it being so fun to play, like, you never get enough of it. And on top of that, it is... like, it rewards good players. I think it's... there's a reason why there's a lot of players from other card games that are migrating towards Riftbound, like competitive players. We know what Zed is doing, so we can check out now. Okay, so we got Akali, Bessa, Mel, Renekton, Nasus, Zed, Shen, and Jace. Like, I'm not a massive fan of any of these characters. Like, I do like Zed, but Zed is gonna have to be pretty special for me to wanna, like, I really like Pyke, right? But Shen is one that I'm really curious about. And if the last one is Swain, then, you know, just... it's over. We know what Zed is doing? We do? Okay, give me a moment. Oh. Oh, with that lore? Okay, wait, can I look at this better? Okay, the alt art is pretty crazy. So is this the... yeah, okay, it is. Legend. Tap 3, tap it, play a ready 2 might living shadow unit token with temporary, killing it at the start of this control beginning phase before scoring. So it's like Lilia. It's like Lilia, but cheaper. Oh, it's not this one? Oh. Okay, yeah, because that was kind of boring. Why does that Rek'Sai have tits? I forgot, like, there's a very important emote for this. I'm gonna bookmark this. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah, I'm gonna save that. Okay, so where's the set? Am I gonna get in trouble for interacting with the leaks? Should I not do this? Riot is not happy with people looking at them. I mean, I'm okay. So I'm gonna try to not get blacklisted at the literal beginning of my Ripbound career. Instead, I'm gonna look at Rek'Sai for a little bit more, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, that's great. Devs have recently speaken out against the leaks pretty loudly, so for standing purposes, it's probably best not to do that on stream. Yeah, I even saw like Alan tweet about it, like about how like they actually like murder a puppy every time that happens, which seems a little bit extreme to me, but I guess that's just how it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. No, that wasn't the leak, Zed. We did not look at it. We don't partake in leaks here. I am vehemently against leaks. All right, I would never do that. Send me free stuff. Thank you. All right. Diana. Okay. Let's practice a little bit against Diana. Okay. Let me go to the beginning. Oh, actually, this is fine. Okay, so I like one treasure trove. I think I can only get away one cleave. Like one treasure trove and one stack deck is good, and I can try to find other pieces, right? Like the cleave can be good. I do like one treasure trove because it stops certain things. If they want to get rid of my... I could just stack deck into Noxus Hopeful here. But I feel like if they want to get rid of... I can start attacking their hand instead, right? Isn't that better? They have to waste a Moonfall just to get rid of this. And that's a lot of resources gone, so I think I'm going to do that. I think I just developed the Bewitching Spirit. I started attacking their hand, and I threatened them with things. Because I can bounce. Though I do gotta watch out for a... If it's a Ride of the Wind, I can counter that with a Void Seeker, though. We want to find... Falling Star. If not, I think we just take another Bewitching Spirit. It's kind of annoying because the Diana is probably going to draw them cards, though. I may want to go for a Void Seeker because they can't really stop that from clearing. And I can slow them down significantly, but then again, they're still at range for a Falling Star, so... If I go for the, let me just think here for a moment. Do I clear this and slow them down dramatically and then set up for a double Bewitching Spirit next turn? That seems kind of slow, but if I set this up now, like I'd rather knock out the Diana than this. But then I take away like one point from them. No, but I think I just take this approach. Right? Not sure if that was correct. Like, I feel like... Let's see if they find the spell. They get a gust. Okay, so the gust allows them to save Diana from a Void Seeker and a Falling Star. They Moonfall to get rid of this. We pass focus. They trigger that to do that again. Still having 1 mana open for a gust. Still having 1 mana open for a gust. I have 7. Which is unfortunate because... I mean, now I have to do this anyways, even if I just take away their gust here. I'm gonna go for the Void Seeker. That'll take the gust out of them. And let's see what we draw here. Yep. Cleave is nice. So what do we do here? Do I just like I need to be able to continue to do I need to continue to cycle through my deck, or do I just play a Bewitching Spirit to just keep attacking their hand? Keep attacking their resources. That Stupefy is a really good card to take away from them. They have Diana and 4 other cards here. Okay, they go for the stacked deck using the Diana's spell here. Another that. Another and a Diana here. With 2 mana. I can just drop that. I really want the Falling Star here. Like, I'm using up a lot of resources. If I go U into U, that's 6. That allows me to bounce that back, and then they're getting a lot of points after. They have Flash in hand. Because they have Flash in hand, this Void Seeker just actually doesn't really do anything. I can force them to play a spell here. Like, I can actually try to trade with that, and if they go for a Flash, then that's all they got going on this turn. Try to trade the Bewitching Spirit with that. Could actually be to my benefit here. Is it though? They wouldn't want to Flash. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play Fizz, and I'm gonna stack deck. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm gonna bring this. And then I think I'm gonna offer them a trade here. Beautiful. Beautiful, we baited them. Okay. That was clean. That was clean. Like that, with that we just deleted a portion of their hand. I may be compelled to actually like just drop a Bewitching Spirit and the Noxus Hopeful backed up by that, so I slow them down. Instead of just playing that. I think that just gives me a lot more momentum, but is it smart to do that? I mean, I can offer a lot of good trades here. If they go for that, for like a Moonfall plus that, like I'm down to 3, they're at 3/3, and then I can trade with that. Like I still get a kill on one of them at least. So I think this play makes sense. I drop this. Though to be fair, like I can just I can just drop the Noxus Hopeful in the back to be able to retaliate against them afterwards. No, I think this is fine. I think this original plan is fine. Oof, that's strong. That's strong. That's strong. But we can slow them down here. Okay. Okay. If I do that and they buff, they go to 8. I force that card out of them. And this card drops everything down to 0. So I think I may just trade here. You could have another Ride the Wind. But that's okay. I think maybe I just drop the list so that I counter the Ride the Wind play. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 5. I mean, it just kind of like breaks down my curve though, so it's fine. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna bounce you. I'm gonna play you. Because I know there's a smoke screen in there. And then I'm going to play another fizz and play this here. Because I know they have a smoke screen. I pass here. I pay 2 and I just drop this. And now we're in control. We bounce you back. We put you back in. We see what it lacks. There it is. We knew it was a smoke screen. We actually blocked their ability to play points here. I'm gonna bop this treasure. Probably should have done that before. Okay, we got the pack of wonders, but for now, we literally just keep the star-crossed open and we lock them out. You will use the treasure there. Okay, see that. Okay, so now we react with this. And we win. Good stuff. Okay, so I don't really need Darius in this matchup. I do want a third star-crossed. I also want the piercing light. We don't need acceptable losses. Now, the question is, do we want a second Mind Splitter? I think we do. At the expense of what? Cleaves are important. Cleaves give us a lot of edge. But we are adding another Now that we're going second, I think we may just drop one treasure trove and we add a second Mind Splitter. We have the Bewitching Spirit. I like the Mind Splitter as well. The Scryer's Bloom is a little bit sus, but it can be used the following turn. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. We lead off with the Bewitching Spirit because they can easily dispose of our Pack of Wonders if we do this, so we can try to play it next turn. Getting rid of another student is nice. They have the target and speak though, which gives them a lot of agency here. Okay, interesting. The plot thickens. If they go for a Ride the Wind, the Forbidding Waste works against them. They would have to combine that with something else, so I think I'm okay with this. Okay. That allows me to clear their Raven student. And I think that's important. Slows them down dramatically. I can bounce for a... Like, I could play my Pack of Wonders, but then they kill it with an acceptable losses, and I don't want to give them that value. Instead, I bounce you, I get my gold, I pay 1, and I drop my my Scryer's Bloom. And then I undo these two. Arigato gozaimasu! They're gonna go to 4, and then what? I'm gonna develop, and I'm not gonna be able to clear unless I can Falling Star them the following turn. If I ramp into that, I'm gonna have that amount to be able to do this and Falling Star on the same turn. And I think that goes a long way. The problem is they're gonna be able to go to 6 points if I do this, right? Like they go to 4 next turn. If I don't have a unit to threaten them with, this play backfires on me considerably. I don't want them to go in points that fast. They completely shut me out with like a hard bargain here. But I think maybe that's just what I want to do, because they won't be able to go to 6 points if I can clear that. So I think this is correct. I think what I have to do is I have to make use of this to just bop this, see what I can find. 1, 2. The cleave is nice. I think the cleave is okay. They get a stupefy. Turn to dust. Ride the wind. Okay. Aggressive ride the wind there. Singularity. Falling star. And then Mind Splitter. We do it first that way because if they have a hard bargain. Oh, baby. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? I think we just get rid of the singularity. That's a bricked hand. Let's capitalize on that. Don't. Why are you still showing me your hand? They conquer the forbidding waste for some reason. Because they want me to go into it. And I'm okay with that. Like, they have a stupefy. Like, I don't know what else they could top deck, but I'm going to go into it. So what am I doing this turn? Like, am I using my stack deck for anything? Nah, let's just go in. Ah, oh, the plays. Oh, the plays. Okay, I get it. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Oh, you cheeky bastard. Okay. Okay, so I want to keep mana open for the Void Seeker. I think I need a little bit of extra mana, so I think no matter what, I mean, unless... Okay, so we're going to need 2 mana for this. We're going to need 5 mana. 5 mana open. That gives us the ability to... I mean, we don't want to open ourselves up for a hard bargain, but if they top deck it, like, there's not much we can do about it. So... I think we drop this, we bounce, we generate some extra mana, which is always useful. There's a piercing light. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just one more mana. So maybe I can just drop this for now. Approved. Okay, good. You never have too many falling stars against against her. Four. Okay. Okay. Let's put some hype music in here. We're in the end game now. Why not just double Mind Splitter? Is there something against that? I mean, if I find like the Bewitching Spirit, that's better. So I am gonna go for this. I think another Falling Star is excessive. I think at this point, Cleaves allow me to bypass a lot of things. Cheap cards. Cheap is good, and then I can go for this. There he is. There's my boy. What about also like having you? No, probably not. Let's just get rid of you. And then I can bounce you. While keeping one mana open for like a Moonfall into that. But I also like the idea of just generating gold. You know what I'm saying? Like, gold is important, especially if we have to deal with this bullshit. Ride the Wind, very nice. What if I just develop something here? No, this is gonna be able to conquer there anyways. Maybe bouncing the Spirit was a mistake, to be honest. Oh, fuck me. Okay, but the double cleave really mattered here. Okay, okay. It's not the end of the world. First of all, we need to attack their hand. Shit, dude. Okay, Hui's out. Holy shit, this double cleave is the most clutch thing ever. One gold, one power. That's 2 power for that, and then 2 more. And I think we just I think we got to speed things up. I think we're gonna go to 5, and then we're gonna go to 7, and then we conquer. So we got to play you. Pike here. And we just got to stay there. No, we don't. We should have bounced this. That was a mistake. Because if they have Fizz into Ride of the Wind, that's annoying. Yeah, I misplayed here. I should have bounced it. Fuck! Fuck me. I got punished. I got punished so hard. Oh my god, I got punished so hard. I got punished so fucking hard. I got punished so hard for that. I would have been able to win this turn. I derped. I should not have given up my pike like that. And by the way, I was developing for your fully just so I can hold to 8, in case anybody's wondering. As soon as I realized, like, if they top deck Fizz, like, they actually take that for free. Because I was playing around Moonfall. Ah. But you see, like, even like there's like micro decisions that that you know just make big impact, right? But as you can see, the Diana matchup is generally really favored. I wish there was solo AI on Rift Atlas. I want to practice without embarrassing myself. You just gotta get your hands dirty. Like, and the reality is you're gonna get whooped quite a bit at the beginning. Like there are really good players here, but you just learn. Just play and learn like and you'll get the hang of it. Like, because what Jake says is really important. Like, you need to play people. Like, you need to play people to understand how to play against people and how to win against people. There's no pressure, there's no expectations, right? Like, you're learning. And if you want to go to locals and stuff, like, this is how I prepared for it, you know? Like, because you can play a lot of games online. Just Q site Moggy, free wins. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna time out and angered. Does TCG Arena have a ranked light system? They do. They do have it. God, why is it so hot in Poland? It's fucking Poland. This makes no sense. I think they have like a Discord with like a rank system, but you don't need to like play ranked. Like, you just like you play good players here. I queued into like no veggies a few days ago. I think it was like more than a week ago, and that's like a top level player. Like, you face really good players just queuing into random matches. Yeah, man, like, don't worry about embarrassing yourself or anything. Just get in it. Get into it, and it's the best way to learn. And you know, at first, like, it's very likely that, you know, you'll lose, and that's fine. What I do, what I highly recommend, like, if you want to improve, like, I'm basically like self-taught in this. Like, that sounds pretentious, but I basically, like, now I'm starting to get invited into stuff, like, you know, like, I think I'll be able to join like Challenger in their like playtesting group and stuff. That would be really exciting. I'm also talking with like Snooing and stuff to, you know, have like a YouTube club where we play and stuff. But the vast majority of my prep has just been playing online and then going to locals after. Yeah, but you learn a lot by just grinding games. I just worry about misplays or playing slow. I mean, you're gonna misplay. I still misplay. Playing slow, like, just let them know that you're new. And most of the people are very chill about that. I mean, sometimes you get, you know, you get somebody who isn't, but then, you know, you just move on to the next game, and that's fine. And these websites are great, exactly. They're a great way to test out decks without having to, like, buy. Like, take your time, try out different legends, try out different decks. I recommend you start by just looking at deck lists from top 8 in regionals, because those decks are pretty much proven, right? And just try them out and figure out, like, which legend, because there's many different playstyles, right? Like, this is a control deck. Like, as you can see, like, this deck plays very differently to, like, a lot of, like, mid-range decks and stuff. Like, we actually play a slower game. We let them score points on us first, and then we start dealing with the board, attacking the hand, and we try to end up in a situation where our opponents have no cards and we have a lot of them. But there's many different playstyles. There's aggressive decks, there's mid-range decks, there's even combo decks, which are disgusting. And you can just find, like, which legend really resonates with you, and then you just you grind the hell out of that one, and you become the best, like no one ever was. With 2K people RQs, I've committed to being a best of hunter until I put a lot more time to the game. Renata is Bay. I mean, you're actually compelled to play off meta with the best of system. I talk about that quite a bit in the video like that I made. It's you can make bank if you get that metal card, regardless of what metal card it is. And I feel like Renata is one of those legends that hasn't been fully figured out. And you see players with like, I mean, I don't know if you guys know about like this new Jin deck. I actually run into it quite a bit here. That it's like a combo deck that just wins with this gear. And the guy went like 10-3 with it. Gutter Palace, yeah. The guy went 10-3 with it. You know, I know somebody like his name is Marshall. He got best of in Utrecht with Ivern. He went like I think he went 9-4. You know, these are very impressive records considering you're playing a legend that is considered to be worse. It's a win-win situation because if you get your ass kicked, you know, like you're playing a bad legend, that was supposed to happen. But if you do good, all of a sudden you're like an anime protagonist. That's, you know, that's the way I just really like Pyke. I think Pyke is actually pretty strong. It's just that he's a bit weird. But I chose Pyke because I opened 3 boxes and I got the signed Pyke. And I thought it just looked like, look at him. How the fuck am I not gonna main that, right? Yes, Gutter Palace is my deck. Not that I was the one who did that well, but I mean, it's a deck that I've been playing since the set. I run into it a lot. I'm playing in Rift Atlas, Steban. Eventually, Swain will have a legend. Yes, and I will be the... guys, I encourage you to just, like, not play Swain. Because I'm going to be the best Swain player, and it's just pointless. I'm gonna be the Allen of Swain. So, just choose something else. Thoughts on the new Mel and Jace official spoilers. Okay, so they're not leaks, right? Because I have seen Mel and I have seen Jace. I can talk about them, right? Like they're not secret. You ever played League of Legends? My mental health is in a pretty good spot, so that's pretty self-evident that, you know, I haven't. I've actually played it once for like 30 minutes and then I stopped. It's not really my thing. Like I'm not a MOBA guy. I unfortunately have the APM of an 87-year-old and I just don't, you know. I'm just not built for that. You're gonna be the Swain main pain train? Exactly. Besta was revealed with T1 collector thing. Okay, so we can talk about it. I think it's interesting. I don't know how to evaluate this empower mechanic because I don't know if it's been confirmed that the buff is permanent. I think it should be. I think if it's not permanent, it's awful. I think it has to be. Because if it isn't, like, you're telling me I have to pay, like, 3 energy every turn to do that shit? Like, it's literally unplayable. So, I assume that it's permanent. And if we take that into account, like, it's a 4/4. She has no power cost. and then you pay 3 and you just buffer to 7 and she can't be damaged by spells. Like, I feel like it's very hard for that not to be good. Like, you are getting value out of the Empower in might alone, and that's a big deal. Like, you can play her on curve, and then the following turn you pay 3 and you're attacking with a 7. Oh, it's 1 power. Yeah, I mean, the 1 power is definitely like, it's not nothing, but I think +3 might. It's like paying for like a very expensive cleave that remains, right? The problem is if she somehow dies quickly, then you do lose momentum. I think decks like my own and Ezreal are gonna be really afraid of her. Because I can't falling star her, like I can't do shit. I mean, the thing is I can star cross her. So I can star cross her, I can potentially rebuke her. And that forces them to do that again. So... I can play the list, yeah. She's body? I thought she was red. I thought she was Fury. Fizz and Star Crosses is so stupid. If by stupid you mean based, yes. Guys, I couldn't play Fizz in set 2 where literally every deck was playing him because Draven Miracle was the deck. But now that he's a little bit more edgy, a little bit, I really like him. Did Mogwai do a new expansion pack card opening? Not yet. I don't want to spoil anything, but I may be in a position to do that. It may happen. If it were to happen, I would open packs. If I were given the opportunity, which I cannot deny nor confirm, I would do that. Yes, 100%. On stream and video. Which means I probably have to get like another camera. I don't know how people do that shit. Like I think they get like a tripod and they put like a camera facing down. Like I don't even know how you do that. But that would be sick. I would like to learn to play this game, but play it in the website without experience, it's a little hard for me. That's what I did though. And if I did it, you can do it too. There's a pinned comment in the YouTube chat, Jay. I don't know if you watched that video, but do yourself a favor and watch it. Like you'll learn how to play the game in less than 15 minutes. Like everything, absolutely everything you need to know how to play is in there. Is this deck your cooking or someone else's? Someone else's. Like I've been playing Pyke. It's basically, I don't know if I can call him a teammate, to be honest. Because I am like in the Challenger Discord, but I don't know if like I'm officially a part of the team. Like that's kind of like up to them. But I've talked a lot about Pyke with him, and he brought this deck to Hartford. It's different though. Like my sideboard is different, and the deck is slightly different. I'm running main deck Darius, which his version of the deck doesn't as of now that I know of. No, it's not the one from the top 8. The top 8 one is a mid-range Pyke deck. But I believe this one is actually better. It's just a personal opinion. I think this deck it has some tough matchups, but I think this deck is really strong. Mr. Nachos! How you doing, buddy? You don't like hard bargain on the main? No, I like it more in mid-range, maybe as a one-off. With this deck, the moments that we're tapping out a lot because we're combining a lot of like gears and stuff and attacking the hand. When we don't tap out, we're leaving men open for Void Seeker or Starcross generally. I do have a counterspell in the sideboard. I have Abandon. Still can't do shit with my 363,000 points, so not so good. I'll get back to you on that. What is your opinion on an official digital client? We're certainly getting one at some point, but you prefer it sooner or later? I mean, as somebody who makes videos, like I would prefer it sooner. But I also think it may take a while because they don't want it to affect. I don't know what damage it could do, to be honest. You said that a year ago. I don't remember saying that. In fact, I think this is the first time we ever talk about that. Hey guys, I like Riftbound. How can I play online? Here. What's your opinion on an... okay, no, wait. I'm new to TCG, so hearing that digital clients hurt in-person locals was interesting. I really want a digital client. I just don't know how true that is. Let's just put some bilge water. I don't know how true that actually is, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not sure if that's actually the case.
Welcome back.
Reggae! People who play local don't want digital clients because it cannibalizes local player base. Yeah, like I said, I don't know how much that actually happens, but I could see that happening. The thing is, like the game plays really well in Rift Atlas though. Like Rift Atlas plays really smoothly. It's still better to play in person though. How do you view deck building in Riftbound? I think it's amazing. I think there's a lot to be done. Like I actually have some deck ideas here that I've been working on. Okay, where do I go to choose deck, right? Like for example, this Vex control list that I'm running with Bone Skewer. The idea is to utilize Draven Audacious with you know, with Blast Cone and one copy of Bone Skewer that is here. So there it is. This is something, you know, I'm also running the Hollow Tomb. I think this is actually pretty good with Vex. Like this is not something people are doing because you can when going second, you can play this. Like you lead off with Rainbow Conservatory, you play Start Tip Peak when you're going first, and then you play Hollow Tomb when you're going second. It's hard for your opponent to actually get good value out of this. Because you're not engaging with them as much. And you can return your own Vex if she goes down if you hold in that battlefield. I mean, I haven't tested it, but that's the theory. It's similar in a lot of aspects to you know, regular Vex list, but it runs Bone Skewer with Draven, so it tries to like hold a battlefield and then use Draven to score points by moving their shit, you know, with Blastcone and Charm and Evelyn. And then it runs a bunch of like stuns and stuff to make sure that we can properly hold. I really like this card. I like Ailey a lot. I think giving everything like Deflect is really crazy in a lot of matchups. And then in the sideboard, we got Disarming Rakes for artifacts like Aurora. We have 2 Hard Bargains. We have 2 Star-Crossed. Also comes into Aurora and some other matchups where they don't have Defy. And then 1 extra Bone Skewer, because what this Vex deck can do that the regular one can't is, I believe it has a really solid matchup into stuff like Lux Combo and even Aurora as well, because you can score points faster. You can score points on their turn. Like, you bring the second Bone Skewer into something like Lux Combo, or, you know, more reactive decks that are building up towards something big, and you can actually use this in their turn to score. Any deck that can score in your opponent's turn and do so at reaction speed instead of action, because Lux Combo can play around Ride the Wind very easily. But if you can score points on your opponent at reaction speed, you have a very good matchup with shit like that, and that's what I like about this shell. Right, so this is an example of a deck that I cooked. I'm also trying no hook. I actually think, I mean, this is like, I'm not a LeBlanc expert by any means, right? So I'm just kind of like, I'm talking out of my ass here. But I've seen a lot of LeBlanc games, and I see the deck struggles a lot when it gets pressured really early. So I wanted to try a less greedy version of LeBlanc without baited hook and with Ruination, with a full set of Call of the Week, with Death Grips, main deck turned to dust because you're doing a lot of discarding anyways. And so far, I've had really good success. I actually really like Atakan in like this, because we're not playing the other like big units, like the 7-drop and the dragon, right? So we're playing Atakan instead because there's a way for us to proc that. And we have some stuff, like some anti-aggro stuff in the sideboard. And this deck felt really nice. So this is my take on LeBlanc that I'm experimenting with. Like, Call of the Week is really underrated in LeBlanc, I think. It's against Diana and a bunch of other matchups. It does a lot. And, you know, I really like it. So, and like the Ruination, when things get out of hand, like it has a much, I don't know how it does in the mirror, to be honest, but against a lot of other things, I feel like this deck has the potential to be better. And then I also made a Fiora mid-range, because I feel like Fiora is not optimized yet. And what's special about this list is I've taken some pointers from Colin's set deck. I like the 3 main deck Rengars and then 1 Vi and the 3 set Brawlers. That's our high end, right? And then we run 9 2-drops with 3 copies of Cythria. And the reason why we play this is because she allows us to very consistently enable Monastery Hirana and also enable triple Call to Glory. And the perk of playing Fiora is that you get to play an amazing card in Riposte. Like, Riposte is really good in this meta because it cannot be defied. And it just does a lot, right? So we play the BF Swords, we play a couple of challenges, we play One-Handed Blade, 2 sacrifices, we got that draw, we got triple Sabotage. And this one, you know, and we actually main deck the Fiora Victorious instead, as the chosen champion. And that's always our 4-mana curve to go for. So we beef up on the 5-drops instead. You know, with Gear Hate, Lucian in the sideboard from when we're going second. The game we go second because we lead off with Monastery Hirana. We go second with Sunken Temple, and we lead off with we take away a bunch of 2-drops and we replace them with Lucian, so we can aim to potentially play him on curve going second. So that's my Fiora, and then this deck is not mine. This is made by Jay Chan. He won a tournament with this. It's actually a Draven deck, and it uses Rek'Sai, because Rek'Sai can accelerate Draven, and can also accelerate the mechs that Ferris Forerunner makes. It's a very unit-heavy deck. It has like 10 2-drops, which is kind of wild, but it has really good cards. You know, double Rebuke, triple Spinning Axe, triple Vex, which is kind of nuts, 1 Switcheroo, Hard Bargain, 1 Gust, Falling Star, Cleaves, and just very beefy units that just have really solid attacks. And with Draven, you can draw through your deck really well. And then the sideboard has Bryn here, Factory Recall, another Fair's Forerunner, another Gust, a Hard Bargain, and 2 Star-Crossed. And I feel like the deck is just solid. It's just kind of like a bulky aggro deck, right? Like it's a mid-range deck really, but it's a very bursty mid-range that is able to use Draven to not run out of gas. It makes good use of Draven. Like I like the Draven Showboat with Rek'Sai. So these are examples of like decks that I've been working on. It's only the beginning. Like I wanna cook. Like I think there's a lot of potential to cook decks. Like certain legends have established shells, but there's a lot of ways you can deviate from those shells. Not deviate from them, but there's the shell and then the rest of the deck, and that rest of the deck you can really morph into a bunch of different things. And there's a lot of stuff there's so much stuff that I want to try. I want to play Teemo. Teemo seems kind of disgusting, and I definitely want to try that. I want to learn how to play Azir. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. But this is my comfort deck right now. This is the deck that I have the most experience with. And for now, it would be what I would be competing with. Okay. Okay, so you play the baited hook, but you play a bunch. Oh, interesting. Interesting. A 2 drops, which is nice. A bunch of small units. Only 2 cold weeks. I think with this kind of deck, you can run 3. But you have the Trifarian. Yeah, that's a cool approach. You miss a little bit on beta hook value here by not having like bigger units, I think, but you have a lot of plays with the. It's like a Darius hook deck in a way, but it uses LeBlanc. And no Karthus. It's interesting. It's definitely spicy. It's definitely interesting. Are you going to Barcelona? Yes. Yes, I'm gonna prep for that. No Blitzcrank to go with the Blast Cone. I could, yeah, I could run that. Like, I haven't actually tested the deck. Like, I was considering that. Yeah, you can hook the sprites. Do you still do Marvel Snap content too, by the way? I haven't played Marvel Snap in a while. So no, I don't. The community is super helpful and forgiving. It hasn't gotten toxic yet. Give it time. Snap! Snap! Marvel! Snap! Is there a world where Caster Mogwai may come back? I mean, I'm not against it. I did get a Riot survey a few weeks back that asked a bunch of questions about them making a client. It's gonna happen eventually. Yeah, but it's not like things are hopeless. Like I said, Rift Atlas looks really good. Do you think you will ever upload a video with almost every day with a new deck, like with lore? Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not just gonna do gameplay videos though. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I'm gonna do some stuff like I'm gonna have like people who haven't played Riftbound do you know, rate some cards I'm inventing the wheel here. Like, I'm reinventing it. You've never heard that before. I think people just want a ranked ladder. Yeah, but the problem with the ranked ladder is that it can affect, like, locals, I think. And they don't want that. So, I don't know. I'm also going to be talking about like the reveal season is happening very soon. Imagine Riftbound releasing an official client and Mog has already covered most of the decks. I think it's gonna be a while. Like, the cool thing is I have like a lot of decks to cover, and then we're getting a new set. So I'm not gonna run out of shit to do for a while. I beg Riot doesn't screw locals or the paper format. This game is freaking beautiful. It is. It is. This game does kind of need more cards. I mean, we're 3 sets in. And right now, like, the metagame that we have is literally the best metagame I've seen in a card game. Ever! We've been doing a lot of yapping today. I actually only ended up playing 2 best of 3 series. Like, I think they were really good. But I am feeling a little bit like it's been a while since I've streamed, so I've been yapping like really fast. I feel like I'm XQC today. You know, I want to make sure, you know, I don't run it because I still got to work on the video that I'm gonna, you know, and the content and stuff. But tomorrow we're gonna be streaming again. Like, I'm gonna. I know y'all probably don't believe me, but we're gonna be streaming often. I'm gonna set up a schedule and we're gonna be here. We have a lot of shit to play. Like, I still want to play a lot more games with this. Really happy with the games that we did play today. Like, we managed to beat Master Yi and Diana. Like, we faced the meta and it went really well. So, I'll be back at it tomorrow. 2 back-to-back streams. Oh, meu Deus. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. See you in a month. No, I swear. Love ya. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. I'll be back at it tomorrow. And videos are coming very soon. It's just that the first video is taking a lot of work. So, but after that, like, we're going with daily uploads. Raffaele knows. Appreciate ya. Thank you for sticking around. And I'll see you tomorrow.